Don't you think your pet deserves a special treat without all those ingredients you can't pronounce? Your pet deserves the best source of ingredients. I agree. That's why Hound House Treats is established to give your pet the best all-natural handcrafted treats packed with flavor. Try our chicken, turkey, and our pink salmon jerky. These products are 100% natural and USDA certified. It's prepared without no added hormones or steroids, no growth-promoting antibiotics, no artificial ingredients, flavors, or preservatives. Grain-free. Don't cheat your dog nutrients. Treat your dog to a healthy snack at www.
You are now tuned into 2111 Radio Show, hosted by our program director, Derrick Scott.
Everybody to 2111 Radio Show. I'm your host, Derrick Scott. Before I get to our guests, we are sponsored by Hound House Treats. Now, this is an all handcrafted treat for dogs, all natural, no preservatives. It's handmade and it's 100%, good for your dog. So this is the packaging. If you go to www.houndhousetreats.com and put in the code 2111 radio, we'll get a discount. So definitely, chirp into this. This is something great for your dogs. And yes, they're our sponsors. So yeah, now let's get back to the show. So now I got Harlem in the building. Now, anybody know anybody about hip hop? Anything about hip hop? New York. New York is where it's at. So this young lady is making some noise. I'm gonna bring her in right now. She Real is in the building. We're about to get her up in here right now. Let's get her up in here. Let's get this started. What up, girl?
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
Everybody, we good. Listen. It's a pleasure having you here. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been very excited when you submitted your music. So you're different. You're a whole different breed. I'm sorry. I have to say that as far as in hip hop and
Respect.
You're definitely one of the future lyricists that's really making a difference as far as in hip hop, because you have trap music, you have all these different genres of rap, but you're a hip hop artist. It's a difference. You understand?
Sir.
You're not a rapper. You're an artist. So let people know when did you start? When did all this begin?
I mean, you can say, because I think the first time I was ever actually challenged to write a rhyme, I was like 9 years old. Like my father asked me to do that because I was always running around with a pair of headphones. And he made music. Like my father's a songwriter and he plays instruments and he's a recording engineer. But right. That's not something I really usually say, but that's he planted the first seed, like so but actually feeling as if I was taking it seriously, like I knew this is something that I wanted to do. I would say around 2005. Like I started writing consistently. But I didn't start releasing music until 2012. So since 2012 up until now, I've been performing and releasing music consistently. So
let me tell you something. First, we here to celebrate because this young lady has been around. And when I'm telling y'all, people know this name. She Real has been. You've been. How can I say? You definitely been making your rounds. You've been on so many different platforms. It's crazy. You understand? So first, I have a video. Like I said, I'm gonna play this video. I told her back and back scenes that I wanted to play. I'm just play a little bit, and I'm gonna get into what was how can I say, what was the excitement being on this show. It's called Sway in the Morning. Everybody knows this show. If you got lyrics, Sway is gonna make sure he gets you up on the show. But we're gonna there's a backstory to it. So we're gonna get to this video real quick, and then we're gonna come back with my girl, She Real. All right, so here it goes.
Mention exposing the lanes out, got my undivided attention.
My heart hurts as I walk by, pain I see in your eyes. I wonder what it is that got this itty bitty kid about to flip on some Busta Rhymes, break your neck shit, yelling Missy. Get him away from me before I wash his ass up. No daily morning routine shit, I'm gassed up. He playing with me too much and I ain't no punk. I knock his ass out, he asking for it. I'm thinking fast, that's how I have to get to diffuse the situation. Trying to master it with patience, I pause. Looking for cause, looking for reason. Cause I'm always believing that this ain't the problem, this ain't the root. Cause the truth lies in the...
Yeah, that's
Now let me tell y'all something. See, that was like literally 9 years ago, and I caught that. I caught this way when I used to always look at Sway, but she completely different now. Look at her; she's a grown woman right now. So, she literally, you can see she was so young there. You know what I'm saying? But she still had the ball. You was killing that freestyle, by the way. So it's because there's 2 parts to it, but that part right there, I wanted to capture you because it was just the how can I say, the determination on your face. It was like the lights is on, lights, camera, action, and you just went for it. You understand? And you showed up and showed the hell out. So tell me, how did that come about with Sway?
Man, so low key, quiet as kept, Sway actually watched me grow up. So because he stayed in Harlem, and so he knew me for playing basketball, because that was my first love, and everybody on the block knew that I played ball. Like, so much so, like, the dudes out in the street, like, if they was like chilling in the playground and they could be smoking, and if I tried to be up under them, they would be like, "Get out of here! Like, go play ball!" Like,
get out of here!
Exactly. like everybody knew I played ball, and that was my thing. So, I remember when I actually started making music. Like, I went to him one day, and I was like, "Man, I want to play something for you." And he actually took the time to listen to it. He was like, "Okay, this isn't bad. I might have to get you up on my show one day." And I was like, "That would be great. Like, I'm ready." And he was like, "All right, we're gonna see, you know." And but he really made that possible. And you know, he actually extended that opportunity to me a few times after that moment, which is something that I could never take for granted when you think about what type of staple in hip hop Sway has been. You know, like, it is, right, has past and present. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's seen so much and has interviewed some of the greatest people. Yes.
You don't know. Let me tell you something. Before she finishes, if y'all don't know who Sway is, y'all don't need to hip hop. I'm sorry. And he knows it because he know how to freestyle. He's one of the best freestylers. You understand? I always want to see him and Tigger go at it.
That would be crazy, yeah. Because I actually went back and watched some of the, because, you know, that's a generation ahead of me or so. But I went in, because he's from the Bay. So I went and watched some of his music videos from, like, back in the day when he actually had, like, a flat top and stuff. And I was like, "Oh snap!" Like, because I didn't know that he was rapping like that.
Hell yeah. But yeah, you kind of smashed that. So so going from Sway, getting that Sway, being on that show, what catapulted you from that moment? Anything happened after that? Like, because what I see going down the line is so much that we got to unravel, because it's this thing called 300 Entertainment Unplugged with Kevin Liles. And if nobody know what hip hop is, you don't know who Kevin Liles is.
Right.
Big CEO. He is like it. So tell me about the Unplugged. That was crazy.
Excuse me. No, yes. Actually, one of the interns for the label contacted me, and it's just that I'm fortunate enough to have been consistent enough that people see that, and they celebrate me for it, and it's a blessing, because it's almost like, people, you never know where somebody's gonna end up. Because it's like while you're working, other people are working and doing their own thing. So it's like I've run into people that'll be like, man, I remember when you were doing and you still doing this. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Like, and so it was like this person just had been following me for a long time, and they just ended up in a position to create an opportunity for me.
Mm,
And it was a blessing because even the band that I put together for that
mm.
segment came out of pieces of people that I had met along my journey at different times. So
Wow.
it was like the bass player and the musical director was somebody I had met like 6, 7 years prior to and had been
Okay.
watching me for years. And we
Mm,
just have been performing in different circuits and seeing each other. The same with the
wow.
drummer, the same with the trumpet, the trumpet player,
Mm-hmm.
the same with the background vocalist. Um,
Whoa. Damn.
the keyboardist I got by chance because at the time, well, there's no such thing. God created this opportunity,
That's
right?
right.
Because um so I was at a vocalist's house and there was a keyboardist that wanted to do it, but I couldn't afford him.
Right.
And I didn't even trip out that day. I just said, you know what? If I'm supposed to have it, God's gonna make it up, make a way for me, right? So I was going to a session to hook up with this vocalist that day, and while I was waiting for him to arrive, he was like, "Yeah, I just came from a show. My keyboardist is downstairs. I think she's gonna come up and come
Uh-oh.
chill with us for the session." She
Okay.
never made it upstairs.
Right.
But when as soon as he opened his mouth and said that, I was like, "Man, do you know today I was saying that I needed a keyboardist, and I was like,
See?
let me get her information." And
Exactly.
she pulled up. Like,
Wow.
so it just everything just fell into place like that. Everybody was already am I allowed to curse?
Yes, you are.
Okay, because I'm like
Yes,
I
you
feel like
are.
I'm like
Now you good. You straight.
filtering my thoughts crazy.
Don't even
Okay,
worry
so
about it. Go for
so I
it.
was like everybody was already fucking with the project.
No doubt.
So learning the music, and because they were all like real musicians, learning the music for them only took like maybe one rehearsal day of just
Wow.
like running through everything for a couple of hours.
Uh-huh.
And by the next performance we were able to run through the live set, and it was just great because
Yeah.
everybody had been doing it for so long. It didn't take them much
No.
time to pick up
Professionals.
anything. Yeah.
Exactly. So you know what's so funny? I actually got a clip from that.
She said I got
Let me tell
it.
you, research. When you go up on 2111 radio, you have to expect it because I feel I need to do a background
Hmm.
check because at the end of the day, you have been this process that you've been going through. It's been a very successful process. You
Respect.
understand? And I'm trying to get through the layers because you have been around. We still have a lot to uncover, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play this clip with Kevin Laus introducing She Real, and she's gonna do this lively performance. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it so y'all can just get the feel of the band that she actually was talking about. All right, so we're gonna go back to that and we're gonna come back with my girl. So let's go.
And we're going to continue to celebrate New York Music Month extended play by having her on our show. Now, She Real has opened up for Joyner Lucas. She Real has opened up for Jules Santana. And tonight you're going to see her open up for us. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome She Real to the 300 Unplugged stage. Yo, She Real, what's up?
Everything you hear tonight is going to be on my Hot Sherelle EP. It's already out on all major streaming platforms. You can Shazam anything that you hear. Yeah. All hell to hustle hard. You don't even need to hype with her. Lucky if she chooses to share her life with ya. Major moves, making movies like Spike, you should. Hustle hard, you don't even need to hype with her. Lucky if she chooses to share her life with ya. Major moves, making movies like Spike, you should. The Roosevelt sipping Sazeracs with a pretty brown with a gap. No, I can't relax, usually drip down in a gi or some satin threads. Plotting world domination, always trying to get ahead. Got love for my people that I can't deny.
Man.
Hold on. Let me tell you something.
Yes, sir.
For you to do what you just told us, you guys wasn't even actual band. For you to put
Mm-mm.
that together in that short period of time, come
Mhm.
on, She Real. That's real. That's
Yeah,
real. And they play the hell out of that song, yo. And you
that
just
I can't take credit for that, man. I feel
magic.
like yeah, like when I feel like God really assisted me with that because there was so much going on with me personally that I just felt like it was above me,
Yeah.
and the members of the band were like, look, we want to see you shine. Like we know
Yeah.
that you've been doing this for so long,
Yeah.
and we just want to help you however we possibly can. So
Mm,
like the bass player T Time, he came from Long Island, like
wow.
the background vocalist Suzanne Christine, she drove in from Philly. Like
Mm,
it was like
damn.
most of the band, only one member of that band was from Manhattan, like everybody else was outside of the city and but wanted to see me win, you know what I'm saying? So where
Yeah.
they were willing to pull up for me just so I could have that opportunity, you
Yes,
know.
and a hell of an opportunity it was. Like, my
Re-
goodness, a live band. You know how many people would dream? I'm gonna tell you straight up. In hip hop, what people don't understand is a lot of times you have a DJ and they have a set playlist of what they're gonna perform. You
Mhm.
literally had a live band behind you,
Mhm.
and for you not to have the practice, because people don't understand performing with a live band is different than performing upset with
Mhm.
recording, and you did a damn good job. Like I'm about to give you a hand clap on that.
Thank
That was
you. Thank you.
actually, yo. Salute to you and your craft because it seems like you. It makes me know that you take it seriously. This is not
Yes, sir.
a hobby. You understand? You got guys out here rapping, doing their thing, but you're taking it to a point where performing is one of the most important things in this artistry. For you
Mhm.
to do that in a short period of time, can you imagine if that was actually your band and you was came to
Mm.
that show and
Yeah,
it was dope anyway? Could you
that's a
imagine? Oh
dream. That's a
God,
dream. It's something that I was praying for prior to receiving that opportunity. Like I always
mm-hmm.
say, like I would love to have a live band that I could travel with. Like
Mm.
because I just think it would just create a whole nother vibe and bring a whole different element to my artistry.
Yeah, and I
Because when
yes,
you look
yes,
at the roots, or if you look at, like Jay-Z's my favorite rapper of all time,
yeah,
so it's like you look at him when he has a live band versus,
mm,
just did like his unplugged or the Fade to Black and the tours that
yes.
they done. It's just different.
It's different.
It's just different.
It's different. That's Motown,
You
baby.
can't replace live instrumentation.
Nah.
It's something very soulful and spiritual about it, like,
Speaking of soul food, let me tell you
yeah.
something. You was a soul sister. I have to get. She got the Afro puff. Let me tell y'all something. All right, she got the Afro puffs. I felt like putting the pick in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? With the fist on it. Listen, she is killing this. Yo. I think your the mystique because you have so much fun doing it. You got the cutest smile that you put
Thank
on your
you.
pages. I be seeing it every time she's doing something. This big ass smile come upon her face, and it seems like I said, it's a spirit. It's a
Yeah.
spirit in you. It's a hell of a spirit in you that's leaking out, and people. It's infectious to the people that surrounding you. That's why you're getting all these opportunities because your aura is so great. Just I just
Mm,
met you tonight, but your
yes,
aura
yes,
is
sir.
so great, yo. It's so positive. It's like wow, why
Thank
can't
you.
I help this young lady get to the next level? You understand?
Mm,
I want to see her eat. I want to see her shine. So I'm
mm.
happy to definitely have you here because woo, you've been killing it. So we're gonna go to Hot 97.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go to Hot 97. Loaded Lux. How did that happen? Talk to
I,
me.
I feel like I'm on Sports Center. Like this is a highlight reel for real.
Listen. This is man. Listen, I wanted to have you here because this was scheduled already. All that
Mhm.
time when you schedule it, I actually did research. You
That's
understand?
right.
So I make sure,
That's
like I
right.
said, when you guys get on my show, I want to make sure you're comfortable, and I want to make sure I have enough information for everybody to hear because everybody needs to hear this. because this young lady has definitely shining a light on hip hop, the culture, the essence. You one of those that is going to keep it alive. You understand? Because people always talk about real hip hop is dead. No, it ain't. Y'all just ain't looking in the right spots. You understand? And I think lyrically, you was one of the best that I heard in a long time. We're gonna get into that. So this is with the Loaded Lux. This is why I got into Loaded Lux. So anybody, again, if you don't know who Loaded Lux is, legendary battle rapper.
Woo.
Insane.
Woo.
He is it.
Like Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah, so exactly. So my question to you is, I just saw a video of you and him.
Yeah.
This man is giving her roses on live. He's literally telling, yo, we grew up together in this industry, this, that, and the third, how dope she is. Y'all need to check out. I checked out. She real is real. It's definitely real. So how did that connection happen?
So Loaded Lux is from Harlem, right?
Yes,
as
he is.
well. And the first time I ever actually met him and got to rap for him was at this Black Star Video, which is a record store that no longer exists. That was in Harlem uptown, because they sold actual CDs and vinyl and tapes and stuff. He was there. Tone Trump was there. Tone Trump is from Philly.
Okay, I know who that is.
Shout out to Philly. Yeah, respect.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we had ever really crossed paths. But he's somebody that would always be in Harlem playing chess. That's his thing.
That's his thing.
So his sister, who is also his manager, reached out to me because I had submitted for the contest that they were having.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, we were looking for some other females that could come out and do this because we don't have a lot of females in this, and we thought you would be perfect. And then the next thing I know, they were like, yeah, we're going to put you on a waiting list because we already have enough people. And they basically told me that I wasn't chosen. And I was so sick about this because I was like, damn, I really wanted this opportunity. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was an assistant teacher at the time. So I was, going back and forth. I mean, we could get into that if you want to, but
yes, you can.
That's that's one of my first loves outside of basketball and music. Teaching is a love language. For sure. So but yeah, so and the only reason why this is relevant is because I got the call that I was chosen the day before they needed me to show up for taping. And I was in one of my classrooms, and I ducked off into the closet, the supply closet, to have this conversation.
Wow!
In the middle of class, and I found out that the next day that I needed to show up. They filmed it in the Shrine that's uptown in Harlem.
Yes, it is the Shrine.
And I was tripping because everybody else, because they filmed multiple episodes, so they had the people for the first episode and the third episode, because I was in the third one there that day. We were not allowed to view each other's episodes or the taping of each other and see what the other people did. So on the opposite, so the Shrine is like a 2-part building. So on one side you got the stage, the other side you got the bar, right? So they made everybody from my episode go sit in the bar while they taped the other episode until they got out. And while I was chopping it up with the other people in my segment, all of them had known that they were doing this for months. They knew what they were going to say. They've been like, I was sitting there like, fuck, like
what am I going to do?
Like some of them have been flown out. Like one of the boys, King Crooked, he came from Detroit. This other dude was from Brooklyn. But everybody had known. Like this one dude was like, yeah, I know him since July. And I'm like, fuck, okay,
you
right?
Just found out. Yeah.
Like I just found out the day before. So I'm like, okay. So I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. One of the people that worked at Hot 97 was like, yeah, so when did you know that you wanted to be a battle rapper? Because she was interviewing me before the second segment. I was like, I'm not a battle rapper. I'm like, are we battle rapping today? I was like, I was nervous as hell. Like I was like, that's not what I do. Like this is not.
Wow.
And so but I kid you not, there are moments in my life where I throw myself into the ring and do certain things even when I'm scared because I just want to see what I'm capable of.
Yeah, it is.
And that's something that I'm so happy that I did because they threw on a beat and had everybody rap on it. Then there was like this freestyle segment afterwards, and it just I didn't know that the people were gonna get the vote and choose the winner. Um, I didn't know if I was gonna make like I didn't and not that I didn't expect it because I believe in my talent and my
You
gift,
damn right.
but
Yep.
I always feel like I nothing is ever guaranteed, so you really
Right.
you gotta show up, you know.
Yes, you do.
So I didn't know what was gonna happen. So the fact that I won that segment and then got to go on to the finale and the finale was a live taping, so the place was packed.
Packed.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like that shit was
Mm.
crazy, but it was so beautiful because after that, like especially because they announced the winner on Ebro in the morning, and they got to see and be a part of the choosing who, like not only viewing what we did, but voting as well.
Yeah.
Um, but after that moment, walking through Harlem for me was very
I
different.
know that's right.
You know, like because there were people
Ooh,
that I didn't even know were paying attention to me that were like, man, like
yes.
I saw you do this and like
Mm-hmm.
you are incredible. You're and you know, and like sometimes it's just as simple as a brother giving you a head nod while you
No
walking down the
doubt.
street. Like
Mm-hmm.
it
Yep.
don't really take much. It's just an energy
Yep.
exchange. And so
Exactly.
it was so ill to feel like I had earned the respect of my peers and my
Yes, you
community, you know
did.
what I'm saying? And then it's like the fact that I feel like a lot of people feel like I'm positive, so it's like I'm not out here trying to like promote nothing too crazy,
Mm-mm.
like
No, you're
so
not.
it's like the respect is there in regards to just like how Loaded Luck said I was having a conversation with him. He was like, "We've been waiting on you,"
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like
Yes. And we've been waiting, and damn it, you here. I'm gonna tell you right now, you are here. I got you. Like
respect.
I said, because I got that funny feeling. When I feel an artist, I got that funny feeling that I got this tape. We taping this. This is live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So I
Mm,
got you here. And all just aside, this is gonna go back in the archives. Watch. Watch what I
mm,
tell you. It's gonna go back in the archives that I actually got a tape of She Real, and
oh
people gonna be
snap.
the world gonna be knowing who you are, and I'm gonna be like, well, damn it, I had it first. Damn it, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's
I had
up.
it first. I'm gonna be bragging like a what? I got this. But yo, so it's another thing. It's one more thing that I want to talk to you about. How did you get into the women's cipher, the BET jams with Jermaine Dupri?
Okay. So BET Jams and the Woman Cipher are two different
Yeah.
things.
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, that
So
one.
damn. Okay. So the BET Jams joint was actually something that I've never said this. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
I've never said this on any platform anywhere at any point in my career.
Uh-oh. There you go. I got it
Um.
first.
Right. So she no longer works for the company, but she used to.
Okay.
Right. So my mother used to work for BET.
What?
Uh, um. Yeah.
Nice.
So wow.
Mm.
I've never said this live because I've had different people in my family do different things or different
Right.
people I know and connected with personally, and I
Hmm.
never like to reveal certain
Yeah.
things because I never want somebody fucking with me because of who
No
I
doubt.
know
No doubt.
or because of that. So it's like I never went inside her office expecting anything. I'm not gonna
Right.
act like I wasn't in there like a
I
big
know
ass
that's right.
kid, like like
That's
but
right.
man, like there was somebody working at her office that already knew who I was.
Uh-huh.
They just never knew I was her daughter. So
Oh.
when they found out that she was my mom, they were
Uh-oh.
geeking.
I know
Like
that's
like what? That's your kid?
right.
You know?
Mm.
So um one of the guys he was working on a segment with his supervisor, and he was
Mm.
like, "Man, I want to see if I could get you in this." He was like, "I told my mom I told your mom I wanted to ask you personally."
No
You know what
doubt.
I'm saying? Because the fact that this is a connection that I had and it's like nobody knew, it's like I never utilized it to,
No doubt. Yeah,
you know,
I
and
get it.
respectfully, it wasn't that type of thing anyway,
Right.
but it was just I wasn't running around telling everybody like, yeah,
That's
my
my
mom
mom's.
is
Yeah,
that,
mom
you
worked
know,
at da
like,
da da.
and it's
Yeah.
like, nah, like that ain't even that's not even how we move, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
uh I just knew that if I was gonna show up and do something she that represented her as well, that I had to
Mm. I know
show
that's
out.
right. I know
You know what I'm
that's
saying? Because it's like I can't have her looking crazy at work, you know.
right.
so,
Yeah. Exactly. Can't
so
have her looking crazy.
right. So I remember like showing up to the taping, and they had given us these beat packs, and I chose this
Okay.
one beat, and they were like, yeah, we just gonna do like a dry run, and you know, you do whatever you feel, this, that, and the
Mm.
third. And man, like the DJ that was there, he was like, y'all aren't taping this, because I went past the beat,
Of
like
course you did.
I was just
Oh,
rapping, and they
that's how you do it.
like it's one of the most flawless performances I've ever had,
Mm.
like to this day. And
Damn.
then they were like, they was in there going crazy. They was like, all right, so now we gotta, can you do that all over again? Because now we
Yeah.
gotta take this, because it was a rehearsal. And
Wow.
I was like, yeah, no problem. But
No doubt.
they let my mother come down from her
No
office, because
doubt.
the producers for this segment had nothing to do with what she does. So
Right.
they had her come down, and she was able to watch, and that was such
Mm.
a
That was a
special,
moment.
yeah, that was a moment, you know what I'm saying?
Hell
Because I felt like she got to, I always feel like my mother is like one of my biggest supporters, and she's like,
yeah. Mm.
um she has been watching me grow for so long in this on this journey, you know what I'm saying? So she just made me feel like she was really proud, but at the same time she made me feel like she wasn't surprised, like
No, no doubt.
it was like I
Yeah.
know, you know, like she knows who I am. So um I was happy that I got to have that moment with her, you know,
Hell
and
yeah.
I look forward to having many more moments like that with her in the
I know
future.
that's right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Um,
Hell yeah. I feel you on that one. What?
yeah,
That is,
but
let me tell you something. That's a story, yo. I mean, I'm
mm,
glad you felt comfortable enough to tell us, yo. You know what I'm saying? And I
mm.
appreciate it. Let me tell you, we had a lot of exclusives on this show. I'm letting you know now. I
Respect.
don't know what it is, but a lot of people tell things like album releases and who they doing collabs with. It just, and they be like, "Why did I say that?" And I'm like, "It's okay. It's all right.
It's Mr. Scott is here.
It's all right. Your secret is safe with me on 2111
Sure.
Radio."
And
But
your
yeah, that,
million other viewers. Let's okay, so the So Deaf joint though, that
yeah.
started online.
Okay.
So I was in Atlanta that summer. Um because I actually had been talking to my mother about wanting to like run around Atlanta. I hadn't had a
Right.
chance to like really explore for a certain amount of time, and
Hmm.
she knew somebody that stayed in Decatur,
Okay.
and they were like, if you want to come stay for a couple weeks, you can, so you
Ooh,
can run around and handle your business.
exactly. Yeah.
So and that woman was so cool, and she was somebody who was into charity work, like
Okay.
that was her thing. So she was real
Mm.
chill. She, you know, she had her house rules, you know, but
That's
that was
right.
that you know, like when she a
Yeah.
grown woman, I respected it, but she gave me a space, like
Yeah.
a safe space as a young black
Hmm.
woman to be able
Hmm.
to come home and or come into her house and be okay at the end of the
Hmm.
night, because I'm leaving all these venues late, right?
Yeah.
Um, but man, so
Mm.
Jermaine Dupri, you know, he was talking about how he felt like what was going on with women in hip hop, and the lack of versatility and things
Yeah.
that you saw in the golden era and in the 80s that you may not see as dominant in this current age,
Right.
because you have a certain type of female rapper that is
Thank
promoted to
you.
the masses, right?
Yes, it is.
So he put up a beat, and was asking people to submit and hashtag him, and my verse was the first one that he posted on his page. And so I just remember like waking up that morning because I was in her she had like an upstairs room, and Miss Janine, I was in the bathroom that was upstairs, like recording my verse. And the next thing I know, my phone was going crazy. I was like, what's going on? Like my Twitter was going crazy. Right. Like something going on. And I was in that room jumping up and down, screaming like, yo, because like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to like, because the I need you to understand the time from which I posted to the time he reposted was like 15 minutes. Like it was not. It wasn't long. That's what had me going crazy, because it was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like I was like, I was going crazy. So
he just put it up there.
Yeah, he just and it was crazy because the next person he put up too, she's from Harlem too. Shout out to, because I know her real name. But shout out to Billboard Baby, right? I don't want to call her by her real name,
Billboard
right?
Baby, no doubt.
So like she ended up tapping in with me that day and like showing me mad love, like, you know what I'm saying? And then or you know, we had that exchange because we was both showing, because we both got it. But then
no doubt.
They had the actual event at SOBs. And so by that time later, because that was the summertime when he did it online, but by the time they had the event, it was probably like maybe October of that year. So a couple months had passed, and they had like a top 5, and I didn't make it into the top 5 based upon the numbers that his page did. So there was a group of 5 that got to go on Hot 97 and rap at the station and perform. But at the venue, they had Drewski, TT Torres, Jermaine Dupri, and some other people had pulled up, and it was a packed house. And they were like, it turned into some next shit, right? So they was like, you pull up to the venue and you know, they would let you, you might have an opportunity to get on stage. Then the next thing I know is we are outside the venue, and only people that attended could attest to this, and they started giving out raffle tickets.
You lying.
And if your number was called, then you might have an opportunity to get on stage. And I was like, the line was down the block and around the corner of female rappers, and I was just like, this is fucking insane, because I was like 4th or 5th in line. Like that's how early I showed up to make sure like I was good, and then all of a sudden it didn't mean shit, and I was just like I was like, this is tough, this is stupid, and I, you know, like I'm complaining or whatever, right? But when I got inside, it was crazy how many people I already knew in the venue because of
relationships and
right. So it just so happened that my raffle ticket ended up in the hand of Drewski, and they called my number for me to be able to get on stage.
And at SOBs?
So that was probably like my 2nd or 3rd time performing there at that time. But it was like I had never performed for Jermaine. You know, and it was a full circle moment for me, because maybe about 8 or 9 years prior to that, I remember Jermaine being at Rucker Park for this tag spray event.
I've heard of it.
And I don't even think they have it anymore, but
no, they don't.
It was our Cash Flow from Harlem had performed at the event, and he was young that day. And I remember him freestyling and like pointing to the bridge and talking about the bridge and all this other stuff while he was up there, and the crowd was going crazy.
Yeah.
But I was like looking around, and I was like, yo, the interest is on this side, so Jermaine probably going to exit on this side. When it was raining that day. I stood outside for 8 hours in the rain.
Wow.
To meet Jermaine Dupri. And when he finally came out and was walking to his car, and I was like, "Yo, can I talk to you for a second?" And he was like, "Nope," and walked into his vehicle, and I was like, "Damn!"
Wow.
and I was like, "Damn!" I was soaked.
I know that's right.
That shit made me feel crazy. So for the full circle to be, he posted some shit online, and then he posted my shit on his page, and then to come back after that, and then I got to perform for him on stage.
Yeah.
That's like, to be able to see that timeline, right?
Yes. It's
like Jermaine Dupri is a fucking superstar when it comes to production, songwriting, and the artist that he's introduced. The first female rapper to ever go platinum, Debrat, was under him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like that's hip hop history, right? Like, let alone everything he's ever done on not just for hip hop but R&B. Like
R&B, everything.
Come on, like he like right.
Hall of Famer, baby. That's a Hall of Famer right
That's
there.
That's a Hall of Famer, right? Right.
You know
right.
What I'm saying? So, yeah, let me tell you something. For you to even get that experience, yo, again.
Right.
What we gotta understand is the process that this young lady has been going through over the years, the steps that's been taken. You just opened a show for Kevin Liles. Let me explain. See, a lot of people still not understand it. At the end of the day, Kevin Liles it's a big deal. He's a big deal in this industry. R&B, whatever it is, he's a big deal. And for him to actually introduce you, when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. Is Kevin Liles introducing She Real? That's a classic. That's something that you could put in your archives later on in life, after your rap career. You know, been successful, and you say, okay, it's time for me to just lay back. That's an accomplishment that you can never forget. That's dope in itself. And because there's a lot of independent artists that's not getting the same opportunities, and God is blessing you. She Real. He's blessing you to get these opportunities because he got a different plan for you. He does. It's that simple.
That's right.
You know. So yeah, you definitely killing us. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Here we go again. All right. Hi Sherelle. What is that? Talk to me about Hi Sherelle.
So off air I gave you a little like summary about how I was because I graduated from Full Sail University.
Whoa, hold up. Let me give you a hand clap because there's a backstory to that. Hold on. Here we go. We get that
clap right now. Okay. Respect. And so I have a degree in music business, and
wow.
I actually that time for me was hectic because I'm working a full-time job as an assistant teacher, still doing my music and traveling and all this other stuff, and being in school, but I think that's what happens when you decide to go to school later in life than when you're young enough to just be in school, right? But it was a big moment for me because I dropped out of college the first time I went. And so not only going back, but I graduated at the top of my class. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to like commemorate that moment. And then thank you. And then the pandemic hit, and it was like psych, so like now I don't get to walk across the stage in my cap and gown and all this other stuff, and we all trapped in the house. And
hold on, did you graduate in 2018?
No.
Oh,
2020,
2020, right?
Yeah, the year of the pandemic.
Let me explain something to you. Now, this is the crazy story. You was meant to be on my show.
Okay.
Finesse Banks, he's a music producer. She graduated that same year. She's out here in Orlando. She literally graduated the same year.
Because the school's in Winter Park.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Y'all in Florida, yeah.
If we're in Orlando, Florida, so is a point that how is it possible that me and you just meeting and I work with a music producer straight out of Full Sail, graduated the same year of the pandemic because they had to actually do it online and they called your name. Wow,
That's crazy.
Y'all probably ran into each other, don't even realize it.
Man, that's crazy. I mean, it's a small world for real. So I mean,
Wow.
salute to her. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
man. That's a
that's
hard thing
dope.
to do. That's a hard
Man,
thing to do.
it definitely it
Wow.
was a test of discipline because when you don't got somebody looking over your shoulder and you're not in a
Mm.
classroom, like you got to get this done.
Yeah.
It's up to you to do the work and the research, you know. But
Man,
I was
congratulations. Shit.
respect. Respect. So I was
Mm.
grateful, but I was like, how can I celebrate this now? So I literally did that whole project in a weekend. Like I got the
What?
I got I know that sounds crazy. But
Wow.
I got the beats on Thursday and like recorded them. I recorded them like that Friday, that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sent them out to the engineer. And then
No
by
doubt.
that Monday, all the mixes were done.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, I'm putting this project out in like 2 weeks. Like
No doubt.
it was like something that I just was like, I'm about to do this. I was just determined. I know that's probably not enough time to do a rollout for real, but I just pulled on all my resources.
Mm-hmm.
So I was making skits and promoting the skits, and then I like tapped in with different people that I knew that were in the industry that I was like, look, I want to know if you can critique this project and go live with me to
No
talk
doubt.
about it. So DJ Rhea, that's a DJ on Sirius XM, and
Okay.
pardon me, she's done a lot. She's DJ'd at a lot of events for the NBA, for huge mainstream artists like Neo and J. Cole and stuff like
No
that.
doubt.
And we actually grew up playing ball together, so that's
Oh,
actually
okay.
how our background is
Damn.
different. And
Yeah.
she's a sweet soul, like always been the same person, and I appreciate that. And
Mm.
then Head Crack from Dish Nation, who
Oh, okay.
I had actually won one of his events in
Damn.
Atlanta, that when I was out there, like that's how I had met. We had crossed paths, and then a songwriter that I know named Soliloquy introduced
Okay.
us as well. And then out in Atlanta, who else?
Damn.
This guy named Dave over at Columbia Records. He allowed me to he came in and critiqued. Soliloquy actually put me on to Seven, who Major Seven, who's a producer that has produced for Rick Ross, Jay-Z,
Okay.
Rihanna,
Yeah.
and he came in and critiqued
Damn.
a brother I know from Harlem who's also he's a rapper, a dancer, and an actor.
Oh, wow.
But his name is
Okay.
OnStar. So he's been on Wildin' Out. He played MC Shan in the Roxanne Shantae movie that they had on Netflix. He's done a lot. Like he was on Growing Up Hip Hop
Mm.
because
Okay.
his sister's little mama. So
Oh, okay.
he tapped in. Christopher Patterson Topher, who's a tour manager, and he was A&R for Wonderland with Janelle Monáe. So he was a tour manager for Janelle Monáe, Black,
Okay.
Rhapsody, you know.
Yes.
So it was
Damn.
like I just was able to reach out to, you know, like thank God to all these different
Yes.
people and be like, look, I'm about to go, I want to do this segment. I want to know
Yeah.
if you guys would go live with me on IG.
There it
And
is.
they you know, and also shout out to Headcrack's manager Anna, you know, because she
Okay.
also made it possible for Headcrack to show up.
No
And
doubt.
it was just it just worked. Like, and when I had so many eyes at that time because
Hmm.
we had to get creative. Like even
Yes.
my two roommates at the time, we were like shooting music videos in the hallway and buying
What?
costumes and stuff and then sending it
Wow.
off to a videographer so the videographer could edit it because
No doubt.
we couldn't get in each other's faces, you know, to film the way we would.
Exactly.
And so I was just making whatever I could to get eyes and ears. And then that's the same project that I ended up performing on the 300 Entertainment project. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like a
Oh,
year
hell
later.
no. Yeah.
So in the end, so it's like it's still I I I did it for one reason and then it blossomed into something else. You know
Yes,
what I'm
it is.
saying?
Yes.
And I just appreciated the love and support that I got from everybody involved.
Of
Yeah.
course. Listen, let me tell you something. You see, you get a lot of damn claps tonight. You're getting a lot of claps. I don't do a lot of claps on my show, but I have
And Jerry denied, saying he met me at Revolt Summit. Shout out to you.
He actually a full graduate himself.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Check that out. Yes.
Yeah.
So he knows. He knows.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you a question. So you, like I was saying in the beginning, God has his hands on you. Look at that. Listen, for you to catch everybody in time like that, that's crazy.
Yo, but the pandemic was nuts because you had all these different people in the industry that were no longer in their offices, and now they're available to you in a different kind of way. There's so many people I got to tap in with on Clubhouse, even now, because I'm in LA, right? I was at the Grammy Museum like 2 months ago, and one of the moderators at the museum that works there, he was like, "Man, aren't you She Real? Like, you rap and woo woo woo." And I was like, "How do you know? How do you know that?" Right? And he was like, "Man, you remember we was on Clubhouse talking da da da." It's like, wow. I don't even think I understand the impact of Clubhouse until the pandemic was over, and I realized the type of access I had to different individuals, and the opportunity to be able to be heard, but also have real exchanges with people I may not have been able to cross paths with in that way at that time. You know, but man, like it even that platform opened up a lot of doors, like being able to rap for Mace and like King Los, like showing me mad love on that platform and connecting me with a bunch of people on there, like
no doubt
being able to it's when you say it's crazy, it's crazy.
Literally, and it's a blessing at the same time, because like it's a lot of people can't say what you're saying right now. You understand? They're not understanding. Like, wait a minute, it's not why her, why not her? You understand? Because you putting in the work. You've been doing this for a minute. You understand? And for you to start reaping the benefits in the short period of time that you've been doing it is only going to keep going. You're definitely just beginning to really get your niche, because each year you're getting better. Lyrically, you're getting better each time. I heard your music. Each time I hear you, it's like, well, damn, okay, I see you. So now we got a song, we got a video that you made. It's called Beautiful Day. Now, let me tell you something about this video, okay? My family loves this video. I'm not even going. We've been playing it on YouTube. We definitely, it's like on our, we have a playlist of videos that we play. And Beautiful Day is one of those videos, because I grew up in New York. And with the cookouts, with the block parties, the kids outside doing double dutch and playing games and the ices. You know, they don't have that out here. They don't understand that part of New York. New York is different. It's a different culture. You understand? So what you brought to this video, it resonated with us because we're from New York. You understand? And it's not like that anymore, unfortunately. But you know, just bringing back that memory of a beautiful day. You know, it's a beautiful day to be Black. You understand? I'm sitting there and I'm seeing these little kids. We're gonna get to it real quick, and then we're gonna get back to the writing process of this actual song. So we're gonna play a little bit of that, and we're gonna come back with my girl She Real. All right, so let's get that going right now. Let's go.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day in Black neighborhoods. A beautiful day to be Black. It's a beautiful day in Black neighborhoods. It's a beautiful day to be Black.
It's a beautiful day in Black neighborhoods. It's a beautiful day to be Black.
Such a beautiful day, yeah. It's such a beautiful day, yeah. It's such a beautiful day, Yeah, it's such a beautiful day in black neighborhoods. It's such a beautiful day to be black. It's such a beautiful day in black neighborhoods. It's such a beautiful day to be black. It's such a beautiful day. Yeah, 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 it's such a beautiful day in black neighborhoods. It's such a beautiful day to be black. It's such a beautiful day in black neighborhoods. It's such a beautiful day to be black. Yeah, time to talk, yo. Youngin', break out the cars, break out the stars, break out the pretty women with natural bras, break out the proud brothers with natural flaws. Wave spinning, stay dripping from head to toe. Kids running with the ices like Eskimos. When you see them haters watching, put on your show. Mama love mac and cheese fresh out the stove. Stay the hell up out the kitchen, only thing she wishing. Either the channel or our fit, only thing we switching. Loyalty to our God, the famine and the block. Shout out to all my people that hustle around the clock. Grown folks sipping, ain't nobody tripping. Who got that la 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 la? Ain't nobody snitching. We just trying to get our boogie on. Bust a two-step. Ladies pumping, watch your hands, don't get too fresh. It's such a beautiful day, yeah. 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 It's such a beautiful day in black neighborhoods. It's such a beautiful day to be black, It's such a beautiful day in black neighborhoods. It's such a beautiful day to be black.
Man.
Yo, you're not gonna listen. That video reminded me of me growing up in New York. I'm sitting there. I've been out here for like 5 years, but damn it, you took me back to my childhood with that. I felt that in my soul, yo. I'm telling you, real talk. I got goosebumps right now looking at that video. So tell me the writing process, because it's a beautiful day to be black. Let me tell you something. That hit home, yo. I'm telling you, when I heard this song, when you submitted it, I'm going like, whoa, wait a minute. And you're lyrical with it. It's crazy. So, yeah, please talk to me about the writing process of that song.
Damn. That was one of the songs that came out. Like, so I had found this producer online, because again, it was during the pandemic, and he's from Germany. Oh, wow. But being from Germany, all his beats were like real 90s boom bap type hip hop, and I'm like, what is going on? Because I hadn't heard of him before, but he had already done music with like Styles P and all these different like spitters, and I was like, all right, cool. And I went through a bunch of beats, and I contacted him, and I was like, look, this is what I'm trying to do, blase, and we made it work. And for like the project, I really, because I'm one of my worst critics. I'm super self-critical. So it's like that particular weekend, I was like, I'm not doing this. Like it was like I was having a conference with myself. Like I'm like, we're not doing this. Okay, we're not gonna sit here and drive ourselves crazy in regards to what I think this is, because the industry and trying to excel in the industry outside of just trying to be a better creator has made me focus on things that I probably never would have focused on if I just wanted to be a creator. And wanting to match a number or wanting to get the same type of attention as someone else and trying to figure out how to like match what they're doing but still do me and all that shit is fucking nerve-wracking.
Yes, it is.
And
yes, it is.
In different moments, I think it's challenged me, but it's also had me create things that I probably didn't necessarily need to. Exactly. Like if I just focused on what I believe my purpose is and what is true to me, So I felt like that particular weekend, I was like, I'm not caring about nobody else and what they may think. I'm just gonna say the first thing that comes to my mind, and if it feels good, I'm keeping it. And so with that record, it was very much like that. Like a huge part of that record was not like pen to paper. A lot of that weekend was just like rapping what I was thinking and just recording it, So that's what that beat made me think of.
Yes,
That
and
beat
let me
that
tell you
beat
something.
felt like,
It
you
wouldn't
know,
sound like
like,
nobody else would have came off like that. You
man,
understand? They would have probably did something completely different.
wow,
You understand? That beat was made for you, for
wow.
real. That beat was made for you. I can't hear no other artist on that. Doesn't matter who it is. They couldn't create nothing like that. No way. That's why I say you're a very talented individual.
Thank
And
you.
for you to get out of that, everything, what people don't understand as a producer, you want that artist to bring out everything in that song to a point where it just matches and nobody else can do it. You didn't leave
Mm,
no room for improvement. That's what I'm trying to
mm,
tell you. There's
wow,
no room. Nobody could get on that track and do what you did. I'm telling you right now. And I've
wow,
been listening to music for years. You understand? I used to work for Jimmy Hinchman back in the days, and I
wow,
was a producer on his label or whatever. But I critique music. I critique lyrics. I
wow.
critique cadences. I have a
Mm,
question about cadences in a second, but
mm-hmm,
I'm gonna just talk about this song, and it resonated with me and my family. So we
mm,
be in here just getting, and then like we had it at a party, no lie, we was having a cookout, and that song came on, and everybody just was like, "Yo, who's that?" I say, "Yo, that's 2111 Radio. That's She Real." I'm telling y'all.
wow.
And what happened is that I just took it off the station and just kept rewinding the video, and I had it on my Bluetooth speaker. They said they
Mm,
kept playing the song all day. Can we hear
mm.
the song again? And I'm like, oh, okay. I said I'm gonna definitely mention this when this interview happened because you are doing your thing. I'm telling you, this
Mm.
is crazy.
I wanted an anthem for us
That was
because
for
I feel
us.
like it's been a long time since we've had something
Mm.
like that for us, like how James Brown, I'm Black and I'm Proud. Like, I was
Ooh.
like, damn, we don't have
Not
any
really, no.
anthems for us.
We haven't had nothing really since Public Enemy. I'm
Right,
sorry. It's sad, but it's the truth.
right. So it's
Public
like,
Enemy. Yes. That's
so
why I say
I'm,
you
and we,
remind me of
the, the,
you're Erica Badu with Nas lyrics. I don't
that's
understand.
crazy.
It's a it is crazy because I'm sitting there because you have other songs, so I already know you can freestyle your ass off. I know
Respect.
this. You understand? But your pen is really serious. You
Thank you.
understand what I'm saying? And your cadence, and you do it with a beautiful smile. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all don't understand. If y'all look on her Instagram, the smile that she gives off in everything she does, it's just she's having a good time, and that's what you want to do in a career. You just want to have fun when you're doing it. It don't seem
Hmm.
like work.
Hmm.
You understand? If it's starting to feel like work, something ain't right.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like it doesn't feel like work because I think sometimes I forget about what I was talking about before about the
Mm-hmm.
purpose aspect because you're sitting here running through all these different highlights. Even you playing that first time, me being on Sway, I can't remember the last time I watched that.
Wow.
Without judgment.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
because you played it, it forced me to sit there and listen and not
Mm-hmm.
view it as it being me, but just having the moment.
Yeah.
And I have so many different moments where I think I forget
Mm-hmm.
everything that I've done. I
A lot.
forget like how consistent I've been, how much
Mm-hmm.
time and energy and sacrifice that has taken place.
Yeah.
So it's like to say that it hasn't been work is something I could never say because I think it's that and more, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it I think the feeling of the work I contribute to that because I put unnecessary pressure on myself
Oh, I can see that.
because real
I can
talk.
see that.
And because I I think I'm trying to I think I think sometimes I'm trying to beat other people at their game instead of playing my own.
There you go. Yes.
So
You got
it's
to play
about
your own.
right. It's about remembering who I am and what I
Mm,
do and what I bring to the table. And
damn right.
and staying being a leader in that category or a leader in that right.
There
Not
you
like
go.
I see, because I don't want to name no names, but I see
No doubt,
this
don't worry.
particular person doing this.
Mm-hmm.
How I can do this, like, look at me, and it's like that's not what this is about. That's
It's
not.
not. Half the
Yeah,
artists, half the independent artists right now is trying to do something someone else is doing.
right.
You understand? Trying to compete. There's no competition, she real. There's no competition. You have a lane. You
Mm,
have a lane that no one else is doing right now. You
mm,
definitely have a lane. And the fact that people is really starting to get to notice it, it's just gonna get even better because it's like, wait a minute. Then you're gonna start seeing people get in your lane. I'm letting you know
mm,
right now. It's gonna happen. It's a
mm,
copycat work. You
mm,
understand? And you all about peace. It's a blackness in you. You're proud. You're a proud black woman. Yours, and you can
I
see it.
love, I love us.
Yes,
I love
exactly.
us.
And you're representing us to the fullest. You're not taking your clothes off. You're not twerking on the videos. You're not doing none of that. You're just being real.
I couldn't,
It's straight
I
like
couldn't
that.
do that if I wanted to. But like, my
But
pops, when I was a little kid, my pops used to sit with me and we
mm,
would watch music videos. And I just remember sitting with my dad and him being like, uh, you don't have to dress like that to get attention from a man, like, or
mm,
when I played ball and I used to ask him like, how would you feel if I just went outside in my sports bra and my basketball shorts? Like, is this
uh,
an issue? And he was just like, well, you got to consider what type of attention you might receive and things of that. Like
that's how you're
every
supposed to do.
everything came with a lesson. he
Thank
was
you.
like,
Yes,
he was like Mr.
I do the
Huxtable
same
for
thing.
real with
Yeah.
that,
You have to with your daughter because again, you guys go through so much in life.
hmm
You understand? There's a lot of people, a lot of women go through so many things that sometimes you see a beautiful woman walking down the street, you don't know her story. And she
right,
might come off as being mean, but you don't know what she's been through that day.
right,
You really don't. And at the end of the day, she could be going through hell at home, but looking beautiful in the daytime doesn't mean that she's not going through struggles.
right.
So what I tell my daughter is like, you got to be careful what kind of attention that you get because
hmm
again, you want to be respected and you don't have to because once the one beautiful thing about this world is women.
Right,
Period.
right.
You're extraordinary. You
Respect.
are
Thank
it.
you.
At the end of the day, you have to put the women on a pedestal because without the women in this world, it wouldn't be nobody, bro. It wouldn't be
Right,
nobody. We wouldn't even exist. Was
right,
it for women?
right.
And I hold that because my mom, you know what I'm saying? My
hmm
wife, I've been married for 33 years. So I
Oh,
respect the
that's
woman.
beautiful.
Yeah, I
Wow.
respect women like to the fullest because
hmm
again, you don't know that woman's story. So yes,
hmm
as men, we have to give special attention to our daughters because this is a cruel
Mm.
world at the end of the day. It
Yeah.
really is. And if we could give you some guidance, listen, it might sound like jibber jabber to some of these women, but it's the truth because we lived it,
No. Yeah, my
you know?
brothers, a lot of I've noticed, and I think my father had a huge hand in this, because two things. I remember him saying to me one time, we were walking to the train station, and he was like, if you had somebody like Angela Bassett, Missy
Mm.
Elliott, Halle Berry, Tony Braxton, he was naming all these people in
Oh man.
entertainment, and he was like, and they were all in one room, and he was like, and you walk into that room, what sets you apart from them? You know? And he was like, what sets each of those women apart from each other is this. And
Mindset.
and nothing else.
Nope.
This.
That's it.
And so it would be stuff like that would make me sit back and just look at certain things
See?
very different, and I've
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that a lot of men that I've attracted into my life that are my friends, like my closest like brothers, you know what I'm saying? They're all great fathers. They're all great men, you know what I'm saying? But they all take the time to teach and talk and give
There
me
it
their
is.
perspective on things that I probably wouldn't consider if I wasn't able to have these relationships and have these conversations. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So it's like as much as I appreciate black women, it's like I love black men because it's just like I feel like I believe that black man is God, but I believe that black woman birthed him. You know what I'm saying? So it's
No,
just like
hold up
one.
there, damn it. Hold up, damn it. I'm gonna have to hand clap for that. Can you say that again?
I said, I believe that black man is God, but black woman birthed him, you know? So it's like you can't have one without the other,
The other.
you know?
And that's the truth. We all got to work together. But then, like I said, at the end of the day, we living in sin. And at the end of the day, you got men out here that's just wow. That's another story.
Yeah, that's a spirit. That's an
Yeah,
energy. You know what I'm
yeah. The
saying?
energy is crazy in here right now. I'm not even gonna lie because, as you being so young and I'm being an older adult, I'm sitting here like I'm talking to my daughter. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I'm sitting here, I'm honing in on you because at the end of the day, you got so much going on for you, and I'm so proud of you. I'm very proud of you. You're not my daughter, but I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of the fact that you're so talented and you're so humble. You could be cocky as all be damn right now, but you're not. You're very humble, and it's so funny that I actually know your uncle Brian.
Oh yeah. I thought that was crazy. Yeah, it's a small world.
Small world, Brian. He actually one of our sponsors, the House Treats. So what happened? How I found out about you? He said, "Yo, my niece is your shit. Yo, you need to get her on the radio. This, that, and the third." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he sent me a video. I think you had a L.A. Laker uniform. It was the LA uniform, and I'm sitting there looking at it, and it's like this part in there when you won this award. You literally had the biggest smile I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sitting there going, look at the bright smile. Like, she really played the part. Like, she won the biggest award on the planet. And I'm sitting there going, wow.
Because in that moment, Coke La Rock. So Coke La Rock is the first MC that was with Kool Herc.
Yeah, yes.
And so when Kool Herc was throwing the parties, Coke La Rock was in. Coke La Rock was the one handing me the trophy in
That's
that
who
video.
That was?
Yes.
Oh, that's
so that's why that was such a huge moment because it was like I got the first. You talking about the first rapper to ever rap over a break beat?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like it is handing me the torch basically. Like that's you talk about putting something in an archive. I feel like hell yeah,
that's
I'm smiling. Like that's an honor.
Moment. Oh wow. Yes, that's definitely. I haven't seen him in years. So I'm looking at the video. I didn't even recognize him, but when you said it, I said, "Well, damn, that is him." Oh wow. Yo, let me tell you something. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you realize we've been up here for an hour and 12 minutes?
Nah, it don't feel like it.
I'm sitting there looking at the time like I thought this was going to be like a 30-minute interview, but you have so much to unpack. You understand? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
All right? I'm going to ask you this question. First, I need your top 5 lyricists.
Okay. Oh, lyricists. See, that's a very different question than my top 5 that are alive. Okay. Okay, so damn. In regards to impact on my life or who I just think of, okay.
Your life.
So Jay-Z, yes. Okay, so I don't think okay, you said lyricist. So let me answer the question the way you asked it. Lyricist. So Jay-Z has impacted my life lyrically, crazy. Eminem has impacted my life lyrically, crazy. Andre 3000 has impacted my life lyrically, crazy.
That's 3. Damn, that's a hot 3.
See, but those are very different 3. Okay. Because lyrically, I feel like lyrically.
The question I got for you after this is going to be a little harder. It's great. I always ask everybody this.
As an MC, okay, because I'm trying to figure out who was at the time that I felt like this is what I want to do. Who was somebody I was obsessed with? that list is so fucking long.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's only 5.
Oh, okay. I don't
Uh-oh.
think I don't think Missy Elliott is the most lyrical rapper I've ever heard of, but Missy
What?
Elliott is one of the most creative
Yes,
individuals I
she
have ever
is.
witnessed in my fucking life, and
Yeah.
her cadences are out of
Uh-oh.
this world.
Yes, they are.
Okay, so when it comes to impact,
Yeah.
it's like Missy is somebody I got to listen to honestly because hip hop wasn't played in my house. Missy
Oh,
was
okay.
Missy was somebody I got to have because she always came out with
Video.
clean versions
Yes,
to
she
her
did.
albums.
Yeah.
And she was one of the only artists when I was younger that did that. And
Mm.
so I always got to have her albums
Mm.
because it was
It
like,
was
okay,
clean.
it was clean. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then I would
You got
say
one more.
as far as impact, another person that I don't think is the most lyrical,
Uh-huh.
but impact
Yeah.
wise, Kanye West.
Damn. Let me tell you
Yeah,
something. Okay, now wait. Let me tell you something. I love Kanye West. I'm
right.
sorry. Lyrically, yeah. I love Kanye West, yo. One of the most creative people I've ever seen. Come on.
Creative.
Damn.
Creative is he's a creative genius
I think he's a
because
damn alien.
he he's he speaks to you
Yeah.
and as if he's directly speaking like he's having a conversation
Thank
and
you.
he's one of the few that can give you uh like comedic relief within his layers.
Yes,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So it's like lyrically I could tell you, yo, Lil Wayne
No
surpasses so
doubt.
many people on my list.
Uh-huh.
Or Reggie Noble, like Redman surpasses so many
Ooh,
people on my list.
no doubt.
Or Twister.
Damn.
Twister is on my list. Busta Rhymes is on my list. Like
Mm,
there's people that are it's just like whoa like nobody can do what they do. You know
no
what I'm
doubt.
saying? Like
Mm,
um but when I think of like obsession,
mm,
I had a Jay-Z obsession. I had a Kanye West obsession. I had a Missy
mm.
Elliott obsession.
Obsession.
Like Eminem, I
I
was
get it.
obsessed with the rage because it was it
Mm,
and the internal rhyme scheme, but the storytelling,
yes.
like a record like Kim, you know what I'm saying? That kind of allows you to like get out a energy that
Yes.
everybody else doesn't. I can't listen
Like
to
Stan.
Jay-Z, right? But I
Whew.
can't listen to Hove and release the same type of anger that I could release listening to
With
Eminem.
Eminem.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
no doubt.
saying? Like
No
so
doubt.
it's an energy. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So it's
Yes.
like I
So
think go ahead, I'm sorry.
so now the next question should be really easy for you because you kind of already gave me an idea because the next question is you ain't never heard this question before. Name your 5 top cadences.
Okay, so Twist is on that list.
Yep. Yeah.
Twist is on that list. Little Wayne is
Uh,
on that list.
yeah.
Busta Rhymes is on that list.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about cadence.
Yes, I am.
Oh my. I don't because Busta Rhymes
Ooh.
has so many fucking
Yeah.
flows.
Can't even.
Okay, you know who else has okay, I already know who my next two are gonna be.
Go ahead.
Slick Rick,
Mm. Damn.
because of his voice
Yes.
on top of his cadence.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
and Biggie Smalls.
Let me.
Biggie
You know
Smalls
what?
has one of the most special slow. He has the perfect slow flow. Like the way he glides between his words from start to finish. I have yet to heard anybody else that could do it like that. The
Thank you.
way he does it. I don't think anybody can touch
Shout out to
Biggie's
Biggie.
flow.
Thank you. No, they can't. They can't. He's so slick with his lyrics.
Mm,
Oh my
right,
goodness.
right,
Listen, and his voice, it's like a slur. It's like
right,
it's downright nasty. Like what the
right,
fuck? So
right.
yes, and you're the first person to name Biggie on this show.
For a cadence?
Yes.
Wow.
You're the first person. You're the first person.
No,
Salute to you.
his cadence is
Yes.
you can't touch it. I haven't heard anybody else that can touch it.
Not like
because
that.
because it's flawless. Like,
It's flawless.
and it's smooth. Because when you think about, like, how I said Twister, right? One of the things music industry wise that I've learned is everybody isn't digestible in regards to an easy listener for
Exactly.
what people, because when we speak to one another, we don't speak the way Twisters raps, right?
No.
Okay,
No way.
so most people digest things based upon how they've been programmed, right?
Exactly.
So only people that are really into hip hop or really respect the
Hip-hop head.
craft,
Yeah.
right, will take a Twister verse and be like, shit,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of people that'll be like, I don't know what he said, like it's,
And it's funny, as fast as he is, you actually hear everything.
You hear everything. You hear everything. You know what I'm saying? The same with a bus. You hear everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's when Big is talking to you, you don't you don't miss anything. You don't miss on Warning, on Give Me the Loot, on the what, you know what I'm saying? When Bethany, like,
I'm a bad.
You hear everything.
Yes.
Everyday struggle, you hear everything.
You naming songs right now, yo. That's crazy.
Cause he's a genius. He's a genius. He's a genius because you can vibe to it and it feels good, but it's so like rough and rugged, but smooth. It's I don't know.
Damn.
I guess it's like whiskey or some shit. Like the way it hit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's but it's like it's still smooth as hell. Like,
yeah, man, Biggie, yo, thank you for representing my boy Biggie. Listen, let me tell you something. It's funny. You're literally the only artist that ever asked that question named Biggie.
Wow.
And he's definitely one of the people that I wanted. So now I'm gonna name one person, and you already know who this person is. In this day that I'm really feeling, you actually opened up for him. His name is Jordan Lucas. Let me tell you, that brother right there. Listen, him and Eminem made this song, and boy, he was matching them back to back, and I'm like, whoa, he's nice. Like, he is something to be reckoned with.
Man, hold on, because what's the name of this record? It was the first time that I had ever really paid attention to Joyner. It was through his music videos, right? So his music videos, yo, Method Man's flow, his cadence is crazy too. You got Meth
see
up
that,
here.
right?
Yeah, Scarface is awesome. I love this. I love this. You know what I'm saying? It says right, DOC and DJ Quick. DJ Quick is different. You know what I'm saying? Like OD.
Completely. Some real West Coast? Yeah. I love
right. That's OD. The one thing is that when I think about cadences though, and like because I'm trying to find this, my computer is taking a while to load, and I'm trying not to take it off my phone. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I can't stand that. I want to say I've been influenced by R&B artists just as much as rappers. You know, so like Pen Game is like I like Babyface is one of my favorite songwriters of all time. You know, so it's like when you think about wordplay and how things are put together, it's very like it's all encompassing. But yeah, Joyner Lucas has a it's called, how do you say this? Ross Cappuccioni or something like, I don't know how to say this last word.
I think that's exactly what you just pulled up.
But he has a music video, right? My introduction to him was through this music video where he rapped from two different angles. One from this new kid at school that met somebody that took him under his wing and became his friend. And then the other side was the person who was the friend. And they told this story about how this new guy came to the school and met somebody that loved and was showing him love, stuck up for him and all this other
No
stuff. But by
doubt.
the end of the music video, the nigga killed him. And then so the guy that killed him told the story in the next part of the song how he was joining a gang and he had to find somebody that he could take out
I saw that.
in order to join this gang. That story,
Yeah,
that
storyline was
story,
crazy.
but and then the music video, the match was wild because
Yes.
the POV, they just kept switching the POV, and
Yeah,
you see it through this person's eyes. And
that was
Joyner
crazy.
Lucas is great at
Yeah.
storytelling. His keep it 100 with the $100 bill that they follow
Yes.
all through the music video.
Uh-huh. Very creative.
Insane. Yo, his mind, because I think I heard about him coming up with the visual before
Oh,
while
okay.
he's writing. It's like his mind is on another level.
It
You know what I'm
is. It
saying?
is.
So it's just like, even when you see him do, because you ever seen that freestyle he did on the basketball court where he rapped
Yes.
the
Rap.
verses in one order and then rapped the same verse backwards
Yes, he
using the
did
same words?
backwards.
Like, I haven't heard anybody do anything similar to that
Nah.
since Nas with Rewind. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like Nas telling that story backwards is a whole,
It was
but
crazy.
that's still a different skill.
It
That's a
is.
completely different
That's
skill.
something different. That's something different.
So it's like I feel like he's like Joyner Lucas is a monster.
Yeah, he really is.
And you talk about keeping lyricism alive
Yeah.
or keeping,
See?
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. He is
he sh-
dope.
he
I like this
shows.
song. Yeah, I like this song he made called ADHD.
Oh yeah, OD,
Like, what are you
OD,
doing? That shit is
OD.
crazy. Yo,
Right, right,
that shit
right,
is crazy. And Ye ain't crazy. Ye not crazy. Oh my goodness. Listen,
right.
again, I'm a huge fan of him. Yo, he is dope. How was that opening up for Jordan Lucas?
So
Jordan Lucas.
they were looking for openers for his tour, and one of the people on his team, I got that
Mm,
opportunity from one of the people on his team, and I flew out to Houston with two people from my team, and man, that's so crazy telling this story. So the promoter for that event,
uh,
his name is Smooth Vega, and I met him for the first time that night. He's from Dallas, Texas,
okay.
he's out in Dallas, Texas, and I beat. He was talking to because he invited me out to Royce the 5'9" studio earlier this year.
Okay.
Um, and he was telling this story about how I beat him to the venue and he was already in Texas and I'm coming from New York. But
Wow.
it was just, I'm somebody who's very punctual.
Yeah. Happy.
And being on time for me, or being early, allows me to actually look around my
There it
environment, see
is.
what's
That's
going on.
right.
Because again, when you're a female and you traveling, there's certain things you got to pay attention to that other
Gotta
people
move
may not. Right.
different.
And I had two women with me. It's not like I
Okay.
had a bunch of guys with me, stuff like
Guys,
that. So
yeah,
it's
you
like
good then, yeah.
we're like when we have we're three women traveling. I'm also like super protective of my people.
Yeah, man.
Because I'm a Leo, so I get into my oh
Oh,
no,
okay.
like I'm like watching like
Protective
and
mode, yeah.
yeah, like so it's just like okay. And so I made sure I was just trying to make sure we were safe and got to where we had to go. But his team showed up like maybe a couple of hours after we did sound check or so. But we were in his dressing room, like
Oh,
me
wow.
and my team by accident. I didn't know that we were in the wrong dressing room.
Oh, okay.
But him and his manager Drew and the rest of the people on his team, they were such gentlemen.
Oh,
Like
okay.
when they saw that we were a bunch of women in there, they were
Yeah.
like, "Nah, y'all go ahead.
Y'all good. Yeah.
We'll take the other one next
Oh,
door."
wow.
Like they let us rock out and make sure that we were comfortable and taken care of. Like
Nice. See?
they were gentlemen. So
Wow.
it gave me a different type of respect for him and his people,
Yeah, no doubt.
because I've met a lot of different people and everybody's not the same,
There it
in the
is.
industry. So
That's
I
right.
I really appreciated that was their energy. And
Mm-mm.
his crowd, like his target audience, embrace me because we're similar, or they were receptive to bars, like you can't
Thank
go
you.
just anywhere and do
No,
that.
you cannot.
So it was like, it was the most beautiful feeling because they were already ready to listen, and
Mm.
being able to tell my truth, but
Yeah.
also like go crazy and like like they was, man, like I had the whole crowd, like they was singing
Wow.
along, like
What?
that was such a huge moment. And it's
I
like,
know
and
that's
then
right.
I'm a networker, so the minute
Yeah,
I got off stage, I'm walking through the crowd talking to
that's how you do
everybody.
it.
Like, let me
That's
get your
right.
email, let me get your IG, like,
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying? But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it was one of the people on his team, Izzo, that made
Okay.
that possible. He's also an artist, like an Afrobeat
Okay.
type artist. He's really
Oh, okay.
talented too. Like, yeah.
Well, listen, let me tell you something. This is literally that. I'm gonna tell you something. You have broke the record. We have been up here, no lie, just conversating, yo, for an hour and a half. Like it's, I've never in the history of the show been able to talk to someone this long,
Mhm.
because what happened, it was organic. Me and you
Mhm.
actually, we hip hop. I'm a hip hop head. I can tell
Mhm.
you a hip hop head because you was
Mhm.
naming people from way back. You understand that you was appreciating the pioneers before you.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
understand? So I appreciate this interview. You will, if you want, I could send you a copy of this interview.
No, please.
I'm gonna
Yes.
definitely send you a copy of this interview, and we're gonna definitely put a clip on Instagram, tag you, whatever we have to do. But
Yeah.
this have been a dope interview. I'm not even going to front. I didn't expect it. Actually, I did, because I felt the energy when you popped in the live before the show. I
Mhm.
already knew this was going to be a dope interview. I
Respect.
already
Thank
knew. I already knew the energy. It just, I just felt it. You understand? And
you. Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. You are so dope as
Thank you.
just a person. We're not even talking about your artistry. We talk about a person. I was
Thank you.
talking to a human person today, a
Mm.
proud black woman today on my
Thank you.
show. I appreciate you coming through. You was on time, very punctual. I appreciate that. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying? I appreciate the punctuality. You know, people are definitely up in this building, and they actually been shouting you out. It's just been a really beautiful conversation with a dope woman
Thank you.
and an artist, because you're
Thank
both. I'm not even gonna lie. And um, if anytime you want to come out with a new song or an album, anything, just hit us up a couple of weeks ahead and say, listen,
you. Okay.
you want to do a listening party? We'll do a listening party right here on 2111 Radio. I definitely,
Mm.
listen. I definitely need to have you come back, because
Hell yeah.
this was enlightening. You shared so much with us that I didn't expect. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't. A lot, like with your mom, that for you to give me that,
Mhm.
I'm gonna hold that there. You know, I'm gonna hold that to my heart, because you are you was, I think you felt comfortable enough to say it,
Mhm.
because again, you're very humble. You don't want people to think people gave you anything.
Mhm.
You understand? You earned everything that you gotten so far, and you will continue to get.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? So it's to a point where I'm a fan. First, this is my station, and I'm the program director, and I
Mm.
listen to music. But what I hear in you is different. It's spiritual.
Mm.
Your lyrics are spiritual. It's to a point where you took us back to the back in the days in Brooklyn. Yo, I will forever thank you for that video. That is like it.
Mm.
To me, that's it right there. Nobody's. You know who could be on that song with you? I think would have been dope.
Hmm.
Andre 3000.
Man, that would be a blessing.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
That's the only one I think that would be able to keep up with you, because he's so lyrical, he's so dynamic, that
Mm.
and with his little singing part when you say, "It's a beautiful day to be black."
Mm.
Listen, that dope,
Mm.
dope. So listen,
Man.
any shout outs you want to give before I let you go? Because I definitely had you way over time. I can't
Yeah,
believe
I
this.
just want to say shout out to you. Shout out to my uncle for connecting us.
No doubt.
But shout out to you because I think this was
Townhouse Streets.
a reminder that I needed, that I didn't know that I needed. You know,
Mm,
like, because this is the second night in a row that I've had two back to back full circle moments, like, of just
mm.
reminders of purpose.
Yeah.
And I think these are the things that I need along my journey to keep me on the path that I'm supposed to be on, so I'm not
Mm-hmm.
distracted by the unnecessary. So
Yes.
I really appreciate you for the types of questions you asked and the love that you showed,
No
because
doubt.
it reminded me of the foundation of where I started, and the reason why I fell in love in the first place.
No
You
doubt.
know, like it wasn't about numbers, it wasn't about what anybody else was thinking or what they could. It wasn't about none of that. I wasn't concerned with money, and not, it was about expressing myself. It was more of a therapeutic thing in for more than anything else. But
Mm.
it's like I
Mm.
I I needed this. I'm just gonna say that I needed this more than I realized.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah,
I'm glad to have you, man. This ain't it though, because like I said, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have you come back.
yeah,
Any new
please.
songs you could have, you gotta hit me up. You got my Instagram, hit me up and be like, listen, I'm ready. I'll
Mm,
set the date, we'll promote it, have you come back, and just have you back because it's been an honor to have you here.
thank
As
you,
a program director, what we try to do is get the artist that's on the radio just give you guys the flowers because y'all work so hard to do this. You
thank you.
understand?
Hmm.
Is a hard time it's a hard job to do what you do. I could never rap. I'm gonna be straight up. I love rap, love hip hop. I'm not even gonna lie, never could do it. Everybody
Hmm.
used to try, yo, I write you something. No, I just can't put my words together like that. So to me, it's a craft that everybody just can't do. You
Hmm.
understand? So I'm a definite fan of yours. I'm gonna be a little biased because I'm the 2111 radio um, program director. But
Yeah.
listen, I have my favorites, and you're definitely one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Word up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to say I would like to send you the Black Man record I put out.
Ooh, see, look at you. See,
I put out this record called Black Man on March 1st. It's
really,
talking about black man is God. Yeah.
really. Well, guess
Yeah.
what? Now you hear it first on 2111 radio. That will be loaded tonight. If you send me that tonight,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will load it tonight and it will be live on 2111 radio tonight. I'm not playing.
Okay.
I'm the guy. You want
Okay.
music? I'm the guy. I got to go through all the process of actually, listening to music and putting it up there. Because,
Mm.
again, 2111 radio just started in October and I think we're doing pretty well
Mhm.
for our radio station. And we have the show that was created
Mhm.
by my wife, actually. She actually
Whoa.
I'm not the actual guy to do this. I'm not even I really didn't want to do it, but she kept pushing me. She literally kept
Mm.
pushing me. I think you can do it. And right now I've been doing this show since October and I have to say I've been having fun. I'm not even gonna lie.
Wow.
So
Shout out
with
to
your
your wife.
yeah,
Let's
man. She
go.
always a good woman, man. It's always a good woman. Tika just told me, she just said she's been saying this all night. Queen Supreme Energy. She said you give off Queen Supreme energy.
Thank you,
She said
Queen.
she
I
loved it.
appreciate
So
you.
they definitely Aquarius Waters. She literally said what she said. Always get people to be comfort zone. Salute, Derrick. Oh, thank you. Oh, that was for me. Oh, okay. That's
Mhm.
what's up. So yes, they've been in here talking all night, and I appreciate you coming to my show, man. I'm gonna have you come back, but I appreciate everybody for showing up tonight.
Yeah.
I'm a zone. I'm a go out right now, but hold up. Shout out to the wife. Okay, I got another shout out for the wife.
Right. Shout out.
I gotta definitely let her know. You know